Idylwild is definitely one of the most dog-friendly towns that we have been to.
Tons of small businesses. We have no chains up here.
We make all our dark chocolate from scratch.
The culture of Idylwild is really amazing. We love it here.
On our last episode, we toured Palm Springs with our friends Chris and Aaron from Irene Iron Travels. And today we're heading up the mountain to another one of our favorite spots, the idyllic town of Idylwild, home to great hiking, eclectic shopping, amazing dining, and an incredibly furry mayor. We're Howard and Caitlin Newstate, dog people, food people, adventure people. We've been living on the road for the past 4 years, traveling in our Winnebago Navion and jet-setting to destinations around the globe. Each week, we bring you along with us to show you how to live like a local in every new state we visit. A can't-miss experience when you're in the Palm Springs area is taking the scenic and appropriately named Pines to Palms Highway. The drive up the mountain has a few switchbacks and plenty of epic views. It takes about an hour to drive the 50 miles to Idylwild, and at an elevation of 5,400 feet, the small mountain town feels worlds away. It has a totally different vibe from the desert landscape we left behind. But don't be fooled by its small size. There is so much to see and do here. We first visited in March of 2019 and fell in love with the area. We stayed at Idylwild RV Resort, which is a Thousand Trails property, and even got snowed in during our stay. We didn't have our YouTube channel back then, so we knew we needed to come back to share Idylwild with all of you.
Ernie Maxwell. This is a hike that we did about 3 years ago, and this time we get to bring Scout, and she gets to experience it. This is a very dog-friendly hike. It's relatively easy, but if you start on the southern side, it's uphill, and then you're going downhill when you finish. So maybe the better way to do it, as opposed to starting up high, going low, and then finishing going uphill.
When we did this hike before, we did bring Piper and Ella, and they were more than capable of doing it. And Howard and I also got to rescue a dog last time we were here, which was a big highlight for me. There was a lost dog on the trail, and we got to reunite it with its owners. It was a very happy ending. Are you excited? You haven't hiked in a long time.
Are you ready to go?
You might also notice that Scout has her sweatshirt on and we are bundled up. And that's because it is so much colder up here on the mountain. So only a high of about 51 degrees today. So keep that in mind if you are coming up from like San Diego, Los Angeles, or Palm Springs. Wow, look at these rust-colored trees. They're so cool. We made it to the spot where we took a picture with Piper right here, and so we're gonna recreate it now with Scout. I like this trail a lot. It's very Caitlin paced because it's beautiful, but it's not too rigorous that you feel like you're dying the entire time because the elevation switch or gain in the trail isn't too bad. So I really like it. Wow, look at this massive boulder here. So cool. It looks like it just stopped rolling like in place. Yeah, look at this.
It was like the crocodile hunter or something like that, or like, look at the size of this thing.
Crikey.
Crikey. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Hello? Is this the forest? Yes. Yes, I'm very interested in a timeshare. Yes.
Nature is calling. There were some like that in the campground when we stayed here several years ago, remember?
Yeah.
They're massive. That's
yeah.
so cool.
You're not supposed to take stuff like this, so don't take it.
Yeah.
But
you can make calls and then put it back.
Yeah. It's like the banana phone. And then you just, goodbye. Hang it up.
We headed back to where all the action is to visit some of the great shops and restaurants and get a quick tour from one of Howard's friends, Jennifer Thorington, who also owns one of the coolest shops in town with her husband, Sam Marcus. They are the masterminds behind Ephemera, an amazing curated vintage goods shop.
Had the passion for it, and we decided that we wanted to open a store, but we talked about it for like 5 years. And then all of a sudden we had the opportunity to open it here, and we were like, yep, let's try it. And we had a 6-month lease just to see. And like within 3 months, it was like, oh my gosh, there's something here.
Packed full of vintage goods from the 40s to the 90s, but we kind of have a 60s, 70s psychedelic vibe.
I think the nostalgia of it brings like that childlike enthusiasm out with most people. I mean, some people walk in and they're like, what is this place?
Any other 80s babies out there that are feeling super nostalgic right now with these authentic Care Bears? Taking me back.
You can find movie memorabilia, toys, comics.
Lots of funky prints, psychedelic, Peter Max inspired prints. Lots of psychedelic dresses.
What I pick, there's a reason why it's coming with me, because I'm just a channel for it to find its human. So everything in here I know has a home with someone.
Wow.
New Mexico, baby. If you haven't seen these guys' episode on Santa Fe in New Mexico, check it out. We love being up here in the mountains and stepping outside and seeing this view and being with all these cool shops, and the culture of Idyllwild is really amazing. We love it here.
We put a lot of love and passion into this, and you walk in here and this is us. This is like a part of us.
There really is no shortage of amazing specialty stores and dining here in Idyllwild. You can stroll through Idyllwild Gardens, a beautiful boutique home and garden shop, catch a flick at the Rustic Theater, grab some gourmet jerky at Coyote Red's, and get your creativity flowing at Earth and Fire, a pottery painting studio. We love Idyllwild Brew Pub for some delicious craft beer, or you can head to one of our new favorites, the Wine Finch, for some curated natural and organic wines.
My husband and I, we love Idyllwild. We bought our home here about 5 years ago. Come up all the time. We're huge fans of natural wines, not only for what it does for your body, but just how good it is for the environment. So we have certified biodynamic, organic, all runs the whole gamut, but it's all natural. Old world and new world wines. So we have wines from France, Italy, Spain, Uruguay, throughout the States. We have a great wine from Maryland that we love. We have wine by the glass and bottle, and we change out our menu quite frequently. We have staff picks, so we do kind of 4 wines that we try to feature that we don't normally have by the glass. And then we have orange, white, reds. We also have craft beer, ciders, and sours. There's tons of small businesses. We have no chains up here, so you just get like the feel of everyone's passion every time you go into the business.
Let me tell you something very special about Idyllwild. The mayor of the town is Max, and Max is a dog. And most weekends, Max makes an appearance here and comes and greets people in his town, and he's here right now. We got to meet Max when we were here back in 2019, and so we have photos with him, and I'm just so pumped that he's here. The Mayor Max tradition began back in 2012 when Max the First was elected as mayor during a fundraiser for a local nonprofit called Animal Rescue Friends. Over $30,000 was raised, and Max was inaugurated to a 1-year term. He sadly passed away after only 9 months in office, and Max II stepped up to fill the position. The fluffy mayor has become an icon in Idyllwild, and the tradition continues today. So we just learned a sad story that the Max that we met sadly passed away from cancer, but there are new mayors in training, and they will be here very soon.
The new mayor of Idyllwild, a puppy, born September 5, and his sister, Meadow, will become the new mayor and vice mayor of Idyllwild, and then the current co-mayors, which are previously the deputy mayors, head of security and bodyguards for the mayor, will go back to being the bodyguards. So they have security outfits, and they protect the mayors.
And Scout got deputized, and she's super official with her gold tie now.
Scout, honey, look at you.
Idyllwild is definitely one of the most dog-friendly towns that we have been to. We brought Scout out for a day of fun, and she's been able to go into most of the shops, obviously do the hike with us. So if you're traveling with your 4-legged friends, it's excellent. The restaurant we ate at even allowed pups on their patio. Ferro came highly recommended. They have an extensive menu featuring delicious Italian dishes. They even offer gluten-free pizza and pasta. If you're looking for a wonderful sit-down meal in town, head to Ferro. And you can top it all off with a sweet treat from Buen Cacao, a bean-to-bar chocolate shop where everything is made in-house using organically sourced cacao beans grown in Central and South America. From the truffles to the bars to the drinks, everything is handcrafted here.
This machine helps a lot.
And we were given a very special tour by dark chocolate expert Sophia.
We make all our dark chocolate from scratch. So we roast the beans, we grind the beans, we do the whole process. Me and my mom and dad, of course. We go to plantations and there are cacao trees. None of the cacao trees, there are cacao pods. So those cacao pods have little seeds in it, and those are what we grind and roast to make it into liquid.
Okay, so fun fact, we were looking at the bags, and some of the cacao beans came from the plantation in Mexico where we stayed overnight and did the chocolate tour.
Yeah, like really came full circle because we have a very deep understanding of how they harvest the big pods off the trees, and to be here in California, in Idyllwild, where we see that they are using some of those beans in their drinks and in their bars, like that is just so cool.
So we cut it open with a machete, the cacao pod, and then we get the beans out. And then after, I think we wait like a couple days for them to dry a little bit. Then we roast and grind them. After that, it turns into liquid, the beans. So this is where we roast the beans. It takes the husks off the beans and crushes them. My favorite truffle that I like to make with my mom is the haystack. As I told you, they're a little bit messy, but they're delicious. But yeah, as you can see, those are the little coconuts.
Do you feel like you know more about chocolate than most kids?
Definitely. Yeah. Because I've been in a chocolate shop for 7 years.
And how old are you?
I am 8 years old.